Hello, Kosta and Erika. Here is our property at Elk Ridge, and I'm just going to pan over here so that you can see, kind of the surroundings. This is where the road is in comparison to the front of the house. But as I mentioned, of course, and this is an open field down here. We'll have to take a look at what our ownership is there. Now, here is the neighbors. The neighbors are they're pretty close here, but we've got this shed that kind of blocks the view there. And this is just a utility shed. I'm just gonna, as long as I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look inside. It's just a simply cover, wood and some tools. And then we've got another little outbuilding here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you that while we're here, and also give you a view of the neighbors. So they're there, but I have some trees that are leafed out right now, so you don't really have really strong view. But by the same token, we do have this building. This is just a little shop in here, non-insulated. They've got a wood burner in the corner and a workshop with an overhead door right here. So that's this portion. Here's our fuel source is propane in what appears to be a 500-gallon tank, I believe. That's something we can check on. And the exterior, the garage looks good, roof looks good, and again, here's kind of a view of the road. And this there's virtually no traffic, and it's just quiet as all get out. But I'm going to be silent here for a minute because there is some shooting in the background. And there is the Whitaker rifle range, and it's quite possible that could be Whitaker. So I'll just be quiet here for a second. I don't know if you heard that. I just happened to hear it just as I was turning to go inside. So let's go ahead and check out the inside. Before we go in, let's just take a look at this little garden area that I think was fairly evident from the photos. So it's nicely done. And of course it's back here so that you really don't have any exposure to the neighbors. Nice vault in the ceiling, wood burning fireplace. As I mentioned, we have a window unit that is actually doing a pretty good job of cooling this space. And it's nice open kitchen concept and plenty of room here in the living room. They don't have an awful lot of furniture, so. And then we have the stairs going up with a little balcony area above the kitchen with the cabinets. It appears that our countertops are concrete, and so they're painted black and should be pretty non-destructible, really. And this is our pantry. You see that it's not terribly large, but it does give you some space outside the kitchen cabinetry, which is really not too bad. So now down the hall, we have another louvered cupboard holding cleaning supplies at the moment. And then here on our right is what I would consider the master. And it's decent size, you know, 12 by 14 or 15 with this little closet here. And then kind of a standard closet, as I mentioned, not what I would consider to be adequate enough for a lot of folks that I know. Please don't pay any attention to the man in the mirror. This is then across the hall immediately from the master, and it's got a pedestal sink, a really pretty decent shower size-wise. And so this is the what then would be the guest and master bath. Then we have another closet in here, coat closet, so you can see. And we'll go out the breezeway, but this is kind of your laundry area here, laundry slash mudroom. Then now we start going downstairs. This is just wooden stairs, and here's this blower. It's actually blowing pretty cool air right now, and so we'll know more about that when I get with Cheryl. So the stairs are just wood, and this is painted concrete down here. Opens up into what you could call say for example, a family room, and it does have kind of a little kitchenette, if you will, sink, water here, and a refrigerator. And this is what I would consider to be the third bedroom. It does have egress windows and decent size with the closet. And down here we have another full bath to our left that has the tub and shower, again just on concrete. Sometimes up here we'll have some hard water. I don't see an awful lot of evidence of that necessarily. And then this also is a bedroom, which means this house really is actually a 4-bedroom home. They are using this for, looks like perhaps some maybe fly tying, I'm not sure. So they've got, there's the closet. Then this is the mechanical room, and you can hear the sound of this blowing system. So it's not a furnace because, well, I don't believe it is. It is, well, it's got gas to it, and it's blowing. So I'll have to learn a little more about it. Here's our in-floor heat system. That is, as you can see, it's the boiler is actually the hot water tank. So we have lines going up, and then we have the lines going down into the concrete. So we'll learn a little more about that. Back out at the downstairs family room, if you will, then we have our enclosed porch area out here, and we'll take a look at the back of the property. So this is all enclosed, which is nice. It's got the windows on it, and we'll go ahead and go out this door right here, and we'll be able, actually I'm going to go out this door, sorry. And I'm going to show you the condition of the deck. As you can see here, we've got what appears to be a little bit of dry rot along the edges where it's up against the ground. These boards seem to be fine. Here's our look at the foundation. We've got the piers for the posts for the upper deck. And then we've got the stem wall, and you can see you've got concrete going all the way up until the top of the first floor. We've got the rock system. The rocks are they're actual rocks and not fake. And then we've got this deck, which probably could use some work, but we've got some seating and some tiki lights here. Just a terrific view into the Bitterroot there. See if I can bring that up to give you a sense of what you're looking at there. And we've got a lot of trees in front of us, but if you took out a few select ones, if they're on the property, obviously, you might be able to pick up, I can see about 3 trees right there that if they're on the property, if you took those out, you'd have a great view to the north. And then our septic systems are over here. We'll see that in just a second. And of course, our covered deck upstairs, which we have not really gone out and seen. We'll do that here in just a little bit. And there's our neighbors, and we're on our deck. So we've got some trees in front of us right now, but as winter comes, but you probably aren't going to be spending a lot of time on the deck in the winter time. As far as the neighbors to the east, they are virtually non-existent as far as we can see from this location. So we got this little path up here, and this is what I was talking about earlier. I don't know if this is a redneck water feature, a redneck swimming pool, or just exactly what it is, but I can tell you that it probably might be producing some mosquitoes about this time of year. And this is appears to be a little, perhaps, chicken coop. And indeed it is a chicken coop, and it's a nice one. It's got a door in it down below. You could raise some pretty good chickens, get some eggs, be nice and safe. They could free range during the day. So we're back in the great room. Let's just go out and check out the deck out here and see. It's not very big in terms of width, but it certainly is a comfortable spot with some nice views from this location too, for sure. And it's covered, so easily used all year round, actually. Super quiet out here. We had some gunfire earlier, but there's nothing going on right now, and I believe that probably was the Whitaker rifle range. Now we'll go ahead on upstairs. Kind of a little bit of a circular type of staircase with a little bit of balcony overlooking the great room. This is kind of a little guest suite of its own. I suppose you could actually use this as a master if one wanted to. It's got the closet here, a decent size area for a bed, and it does have just a relatively small shower space here. This is the room I was telling you about that had the dog odor. And we've got our little dog bed right there. But it's a good sized room, and it's being adequately cooled by that window unit. Then it has its own private balcony out here. Maybe. There we go. And the neighbors are virtually invisible here. And then I missed this area over the garage. We'll have to check that out. I hadn't noticed that. But other than the wind and the trees, it's very quiet. Now, The roof actually does need some attention. It doesn't look bad, but we don't want to see moss on it. So if they were to get up here and attend to that, that would probably be a good idea. Okay, coming back through past the master then, and the washer and dryer utility area is the breezeway. Large enough to be comfortable and get yourself out of the weather. Beautiful views from here, for sure. Even maybe some of the best views here is in this location. And then we have the door to the outside here, and adequate size 2-car garage is certainly deep enough, so it would handle a fairly good size rig in 8-foot doors. So adequate. Let's go on out and see what we have above the garage. Steps go straight up. Again, we can't really see the neighbors here. Yeah, it's just a big bonus room. They've got some, I don't know if this stuff would stay. I wouldn't want to take it out of here, that's for sure. But it's a pretty good size space. And it gives you another idea of what we're looking at on the road. Nothing over there. Very quiet. So before we wrap up, I wanted to point out here, you know, it's what I call distressed pine. And, you know, it's just a matter of taste, really. But, you know, if a person wanted to redo it, they certainly could. And I've seen some wonderful work done, but some people like this distressed look, but wanted to point that out to you. Well, that concludes our quick video of 366 Elk Ridge Road, Hamilton, Montana.